Stetson gets to help me all the time on Wednesday. There's lots of times when I think I'm bidding against somebody and it's really actually nobody, it's just he and I. And the people that benefit from that the most are you guys. You guys get to sell a lot of cattle through the auction that Bruce and Chris own. And anyhow, I was thinking about, when Stetson was telling that story about the sick calves. And Bruce, I told you not to buy that set of calves. I told you not to buy that set of calves. I knew they were going to get sick, and you did it. And if you need a good cattle buyer, you're going to do a really good job. Anyhow, first of all, I'd like to congratulate everybody that's been inducted tonight. And, on behalf of my family and I would like to thank all of you that are on the board that considered my dad to be nominated. I know that you guys have asked him if he would like to be nominated in years past, and he's declined. It's not because he didn't want to, it's because my dad he's a pretty humble guy. And it's pretty hard for him to get up in front of a lot of people and to accept things and that. So I talked to Katie tonight, and I think Katie, you finally wore him down. She finally said, it's time. That's what he told me. I asked my dad. I said, well, Dad, I said, why is it this year? And he said, well, it's time. And so anyhow, I just want to thank you guys for considering him and nominating him, and we really appreciate that. The other day, I was having one of those scratch my head moments, and I was thinking about a set of cattle that I bought, and I'd give way too much money for it. And anyhow, I was thinking, this isn't going to be good. So Daddy was sitting there beside me in the auction, and I said, Dad, did you ever think about doing anything else? He goes, you know what? He said, the livestock business has been really good to us. And I thought about that, and he's right. Not only has it been good to us financially, I've never wanted for anything in my life. My mom and my dad have provided for my brother and my sister and I. And like I said, we've never wanted for anything in our lives. And it's because of your hard work, Dad.
Your daddy.
And so, thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. Okay? And anyhow, I just I couldn't ask for a better teacher. I've had the opportunity to sit with him ever since I was a little kid. And he has taught me more than any book could ever teach me.
Yes.
And I still, to this day, I have the opportunity to look at a lot of cattle, buy a lot of cattle, but I still have the opportunity to this day, and I thank God for it each and every day.
Yes.
To be able to turn to my dad and say, Dad, what do you think? What do you think about that? What do you think about that set of cattle? And I will treasure that for the rest of my life, because he has been such a great teacher. Anyhow, before I turn the mic over to Bruce is going to give you a little history on my dad. I just want you to know, Dad, that it's because of you that my brother, myself, and my sister, you gave us all the starts that we have. Okay? And thank you. Thank you very much. So, here's Bruce.
Pretty hard act to follow.
Yeah.
This way I look at Phil, I said, you've heard the expression, for brothers from different mothers.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way we are. And, so when I went to Deco school in the second grade, I was there for a year, and then I went to the third grade, and Pat showed up from Monterey Prairie in the second grade. So I've known Pat since he was in second grade and I was in third grade.
100 years.
So, and I watched her all the years, and I knew her dad and her mom, Lydia. Anyway, she grew up and she met Phil, who was a bronc rider. And he was a doggone good sap bronc rider.
Yes, he was.
Anyway, I got to meet Phil and when Pat brought him around, and I was quite impressed. But he was working, he went to work at Bryant's meat packing, and he'd take a half a beef and he'd put it over his shoulder and walk it over to the butcher block and start cutting it up. And I used to say to myself, I hope he never gets mad at me. So but anyway, he was really stout. So and he was always interested in cattle business. And his father-in-law, Pat's dad, worked with me for 26 years. And so we always used to run our cabs, and we'd have all the guys come in, and so the neighbors would bring their kids in, and so Phil would bring Kelly and Mike, and sometimes Sandy, and anyway, so I used to enjoy watching all the fathers cuss their kids out, hold the cabs right. And anyway, so we always had a good time that way. And then Ray Chubb came along in Phil's life, and Ray, you might call him a country fire. He was one of the highest integrity people you'll ever meet. And he had all the orders in the country because people knew he was a straight shooter. But he took Phil under his wing because he knew Phil had the same values. So anyway, as time went on, he coached Phil, and then Ray had a heart attack and died. So Phil took over, and he took up all those clients, and they knew that they had somebody who could buy cattle, and they would be what he said they were, and he never made anything more than what his commission was. And he was a straight shooter and a man of great value.
Yes.
So he took those values and he passed them on to those three kids back there, as Michael said. And I'll tell you what, there's not a finer family in the world to me. And so, anyway, so Bill he did well in the cattle business. He had a real good clientele, still does, and he buys the boys these roping horses, and they were going all the rodeos and roping and doing really well. And Sandy finally went up to him and said, "You know, Dad, you're always buying the boys horses. You know, I'd kind of like to have one too." So he bought her a cup. And she went to Fort Worth and won a great big old race. And came back, just riding higher and higher. Dad was really proud. But as time went on, he kind of found out how expensive cups were. So he went to Sandy and he said, "You know, Sandy, most of those guys in Texas have an oil well. We don't have any oil on it." So anyway,
Yes,
but anyway, as time went on,
yeah.
you can kind of look at family and Kelly, who runs the feedlot, and the businesses that he's passed on to his kids.
Okay.
Mike, I used to say, I'd call up Phil and I'd say, "Phil, my cattle are ready to go. Come and get them." He'd come and get them. So this went on for about 5 years. And he came to me and he said, "I kind of figured out what you're about." I said, "What?" And he says, "If we don't talk price, you always get a higher price." I said, "We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to talk price." So we still don't. Mike does the same thing. I just call him Mike and say, "Cattle ready, Mike." And he comes and gets them. But I am really, truly proud that I have the honor to introduce my friend and my buddy and my brother from a different mother.
That was awesome, Bruce.
Phil, would you come up?
You bet. I'll go up there and fall down first.
Healthy.
Phil,
That
on
was
behalf
awesome,
of Southern
Bruce.
Idaho Livestock Hall of Fame, we'd like to present you with this plaque, a recognition of all of your contributions to the livestock Southern Idaho. We
Well, about all I've got to say is, I thank God for everything I have.
Yes.
Without Him, I'd have nothing. I thank all of my friends and all the people that have done this, but the people that have wanted me to be inducted. I'll tell them, thanks. That's about all I got to say.
Good job, Daddy. Good job, Daddy.
And that brings us to one for the evening. And by the way, Mike Munsee, you could have my job anytime you're ready.
Good job,
Hey,
Mikey.
would you come up? Thank you.
That was awesome.